top end of your mat. Shuffle your hips back and see how close you are to meeting your hips and your heels together today. And then let's start to draw the body nice and slowly along the ground, pulling up, elbows in, shoulders down, and then just drawing up into a little cat stretch, pulling up through the belly, gazing up towards your navel. Take the head and tailbone away, and then sitting all the way back down onto your heels. Again, let's pull the body up and through, rolling down the shoulders, drawing up into your cat stretch, pulling up through the shoulders and the back. Taking your head and tailbone away, and sitting back down onto your heels. Again, let's pull the body up and through, and now curling the toes, sending your hips back and taking your head down through your arms. Draw forwards into your plank, and then bending your knees and sitting back down onto your heels. Again, let's pull the body up and through, curling the toes and sending the hips back, head down, bottom up. Draw forwards into a strong plank, and then bending your knees and sitting all of the way back. And again, bring the body to pull up and through, curling the toes and sending the hips back and the head down through your arms. Draw forwards into your strong plank, and then bending your knees and releasing and sitting on back. Again, pull the body up and through, drawing up into your downward dog, lengthening all the way up along the back of your body. Draw forwards into a strong plank, and then bending your knees and gently releasing and sitting back. A couple more times. But again, remember, always listen to your body. Know how far you need to go today into downward dog. Coming forwards into a plank, and then bending your knees and sitting back down onto your heels one more time. Bring your body up and through, curling the toes. And this time staying in the downward dog, walking your feet from one to the other. Now, as I've been saying over the last few days or so, just check up your hands and try and check that your fingers are spread out to the floor. Your middle finger's going straight up towards the end of your mat, and your last little finger is pushing out towards the side, about 45-degree angle. And then look back towards your feet and check that they're about hip distance apart. And now as we're treading from one foot to the other, trying to get a little bit more movement into the lower back, moving from side to side, drawing down and down, working up into the waist. And then let's come back down onto your knees, placing your right foot forwards. And then we're taking that left leg as far behind you as you can go to. Take down your right hand to the side of your right foot and bring your left arm up. Take an arc over and look up towards your hand if you can. And bring your hand all the way back down to the floor, curling the toes on the back leg, lifting the knee, opening up and looking up towards your right hand if you can. Knee all the way back down upon the floor, and let's come up through the middle. Let's raise up both of your arms, and then maybe if you can, taking your right hand back behind your left and just driving the hips into that lovely deep hip flexor stretch. And then letting your arms all of the way back down again. Moving back onto that back knee, your toes, walking your hands back, and just going in for a little bit of a tilt backwards through the tailbone. Protect the back of the knee though, so if you've got a little tightness behind the knee, bend the knee here today. And then if you can, pressing downwards, finding that calf stretch, finding that hamstring stretch. And bring the body all of the way back on up. Come around onto your knees for me. Let's raise both of your arms. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, pull up out of your waist, activate the waist, and start to take a stretch through your lats, into your hip flexors, your lower back. Breathing in, coming back up, breathing out, stretching out the other way. Breathing in as you come back on up, breathing out, letting your arms all of the way back down. All right, let's step that left foot forwards. And let's just take down the left hand to the outside of your left foot. Bring your right arm up and over, and looking up towards your hand. And then bring the hand all the way back down to the floor. Curl the toes, lift up the back knee, pushing into the heel, opening up to the left, raising your left arm, looking up towards your thumb. And then releasing that knee all the way back down again. Let's come back up through the middle, again driving a little bit deeper into the hip flexors. Raising both of your arms and taking your left hand back behind your right. And then letting your arms all of the way back down, moving back upon that back knee. Dig the heel in and sending your hips backwards, drawing the shoulders away from your ears. Seeing if you can bring the toes to become a little more vertical, pulling the belly up a little, but again, if you get a bit of tightness behind the knee, soften at the knee, don't keep pushing into it. And then let's draw back on up. Alright, pop yourself around onto your back for me. And if you can draw the heels in, lay your feet so that they're parallel, okay, try not to have a habitual turn out. And we're going to start to set the body up. So to begin with, work your lower back, softly upon the floor, find your imprint. And then releasing your back away from the ground. Again, taking your lower back down upon the floor, imprint your back. And then releasing your back away. Just do that a few times. Notice your body. Notice how it feels today. Notice how the lower back is responding. And then just settle out into a neutral. Bring the shoulders to roll up a few times. Roll them up and down. Just releasing out the shoulders. Noticing any tightness or tensions. And then just walking down your shoulders. Okay, and we're just going to do a little bit of a test before we start. I'm just going to get you to raise your arms, but I want you to feel like they weigh nothing at all. And I only want you to take them up, whereas you can feel your shoulder blades are on the floor. Then slowly releasing your arms back down. So as you bring your arms up, I just want you to softly raise them and try and be aware that the collarbone stays open, the neck stays long, and your shoulder blades are on the floor. Okay, so when we talk of using our arms and our upper body strength work, we want to again be aware that we're maintaining our posture. Okay, and part of our posture is your upper body alignment. So always trying to keep the shoulders down, always trying to keep that openness there to the top line of your body. And just let your arms rest and take a nice deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, blow the breath out with a little energy. Again, as you breathe in, the ribs are widening and you're filling the lung space up. As you breathe out, blow the breath out as if you were blown down a straw. Again, as you breathe in, be conscious of your lateral thoracic breath, maintaining a flatness to your belly. As you breathe out, drop through from the pelvic floor, navel back to the spine, connect with that third layer of abdominal muscle in. Again, remember, as you breathe in, the ribs are widening, the belly's calm and flat. As you breathe out, connecting with the transverse abdominis muscle, drawing up from the pelvic floor, feel the waist maybe pull in a little bit tighter this morning. One more time, deep breath, feel the lung space. And then as you breathe out, blow the breath out, connect with your core and engage. Okay, now I'm going to start us off today with our shoulder bridge. Taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, imprint your back, peel the spine away from the ground, travel your body up onto your feet. Breathing in, and then as you breathe out, lowering your back, vertebrae by vertebrae, into an imprint, all the way back out to neutral. Again, breathing in. As you breathe out, press through the vertebrae and send the body weight into the feet. So I want you to feel like you're drawing your kneecaps away from your body. Breathing in at the top, and then breathing out slowly, lowering the back down, mindfully working vertebrae by vertebrae. Again, breathing in, the ribs widen. Breathing out, imprint, peel, push away into the feet and drive your energy into your thighs. Breathing in, and then breathing out, lowering all of the way back down. So I want you to really be conscious of how you're moving your body away from the ground, connecting with your core as you lift, driving into the legs, breathing in at the top, and then breathing out, connecting with your core and working your vertebrae down into the floor. You can continue with this today, or as we come up, drive the body forwards, lift all the way up, stay in that lifted position. Breathe out, lift one heel, and breathe in, lower and change. Breathing out, raise the other heel, breathing in, lower and change. Now as you lift the heel, I want you to imagine that you could draw your hip bones together. So as you lift the heel, very much get that feeling of drawing inwards and upwards. Try and keep the buttocks relaxed. So try not to rely on the back of your body to hold you up there. Obviously your legs are going to be working quite hard to hold you up there, but I don't want you to push too much. Try and again send some engagement into the core. As you lift the heel, breathe out, engage, pull in. Breathing in as you lower. One more time, breathing out, engage, pull in. Then take a breath in at the top, and breathe out, lower the back, all of the way down. Take your legs to stretch out and along the ground for me. And just again, walk your shoulders down. As you bring one leg to the ceiling, breathing in. As you lower your leg down, breathing out. Raising the other leg, breathing in. And as you breathe out and lower the leg, press your palms into the floor. Breathing in, be aware of maintaining neutral back. So if your hamstrings are a little bit tight, bend your knee. As you bring the leg up, breathe in, the ribs are widening. And as you lower the leg down, press a little with your palms to really again investigate a little bit more usage from the transverse. Breathing in, and then breathing out, pressing on down. Okay, now I'm going to put in another layer to this position today. You can stick, okay, with this if you don't want to work the next stage up. Now coming back to what I was talking about, keeping your shoulder blades on the floor. We hold on softly behind the knee, and we raise the other leg an inch from the floor. Your head is off the ground. Breathing in, you're bringing the leg up. And then breathing out, lowering the leg down. Like I say, shoulder blades are on the floor, the neck is open. So we're not relying on holding the leg to hold us up. We're using the core, the abdominal strength to hold us up. Now this position is not for you. If the neck does not really feel like it can hold the head up there, then go back. Do the other level. That's absolutely fine. Remember, you're listening to your body. The power in everything that we're doing is that we're able to teach ourselves how to train. All right? That we're able to, again, accommodate for how the body's feeling, what your energy is saying that you can do today. And it's all right. It's okay. Breathing in as you come up. Breathing out, engaging as you lower. Last time, try not to hold the leg too hard. It's a feather hold. And then softly bend your knees and place your feet back down. Okay, now I'm going to bring you over onto your elbows and onto your knees. And we are going to start our plank work this year. So I'm going to start you off nice and easy, all right? So I know for some of us it's quite hard work, this beginning part of the year, for many reasons, all right? So I'm going to place the forearms down towards the floor as always. I want you to try and squeeze your armpits, okay? We're going to hold for 10, all right? So today we're going to take it off, we're going to start off nice and easy, and we're going to drive it forwards steadily, all right? So again, really evaluate how you're doing this. Maybe you can stay on your toes today, all right? So let's float the arms down towards the floor, work your knees back, gaze beyond your fingertips, pull up on your bottom ribs, and if you can, maybe come onto your toes, even if it's just for a couple of breaths. Breathing in, breathing out, and navel back to the spine. Breathing in and pulling up through the belly. Breathe in and out 3, in and out 4, in and out 5, in and out 6, in, out 7, in, out 8, in, out 9, and in, out 10. Gently lower yourself back down upon the floor for me. Turn your feet in towards each other and bring your arms down by your side. We're going to come into your breaststroke. So rolling your shoulders all the way down upon the ground. Now as we breathe in, let's peel back the shoulders and rotating your palms out if you can. Breathe out to raise and hover, looking down at the ground. Breathing in to stay. And breathing out to lower, rolling the shoulders upon the floor. Breathing in, peel back the shoulders, open the chest. Breathing out, engaging with your core to raise your upper body. Breathing in to stay. And then breathing out to lower, and letting the shoulders gently roll forwards again. Breathing in, rolling open the shoulders and the chest. Breathing out, draw the belly away from the ground as you raise and hover. Breathing in to stay. Breathing out, always keeping your gaze down towards the floor. Breathing in, roll back the shoulders as you lift. Keep your legs very relaxed. Breathing in to stay. And breathing out, lowering, shoulders coming down. Breathing in, peel back your shoulders. Breathing out, engage the core to lift. Breathing in to stay. And then breathing out to lower, shoulders coming back. One more time. Breathing in, shoulders rolling back. Breathing out to engage the core to lift. Breathing in to stay. And then breathing out to lower and let your arms come back down. Now let's gently bring ourselves back up onto hands and knees. Okay, so I'm going to work today to thread the needle as an exercise. So with this one, again, we need to be quite, again, disciplined with how we're holding our bodies. We're going to be on our hands and knees. Just hold on for for a minute and have a little look. Because when we start to bring the hand to come underneath the body, we want to take a rotation with the upper body, so we're turning and looking over the shoulder. Okay, now hopefully what you can see here is that I'm not changing the position of my hips. I'm not bending down onto the opposite arm, so that arm is just remaining in a very slight, tiny little bend, all right? But it's not bending deeply. If you bend deeply, you're going towards the stretch element. Now the area of the body I want us to target is just below the bottom rib at the back. Okay, so it's quite a difficult area to get to, all right? But what it should feel quite good, all right? Because you're really, again, functioning a part of the body that you can't usually reach. After this, our reward will be that we go to the lovely stretch, okay? And it will feel really good when you do get to that point as well, all right? But like I say, we want to really turn the torso, so you've got to turn the rib cage and rotate. Well, I've said this before, it's like a barrel rolling in water, okay? So think about that turning of the middle trunk of your body. So lay your hands to the floor, they're underneath your shoulders. Take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, brush the ground with your hand, the back of your hand, turn your gaze and look over your shoulder. Breathing in, bring it back up and go the other way. Breathing out, brush the ground with your hand, turn and look over your shoulder. Breathing in, come back up. Now really using your core, so pull up through the belly and turn. Breathing in as you come back up, it's not a big movement, this is quite a subtle exercise. Breathing out and rotate and turn a little. Breathing in, try not to lift your hand off the floor. So as you go under, brush the ground, breathing out, rotate. Breathing in to come back on up. And again, breathing out and rotate. Resist the temptation to bend that elbow. I know you want to because you think you'll go further. And again, breathing out, rotate. But try and turn from the ribs. Breathing in. And again, breathing out. Rotate, turn, look over the shoulder as far as you can. Breathing in, back on up. Good, and again, breathing out, rotate, engage and turn. Breathing in and back. Breathing out, rotate and turn, locking through the core. Breathing in back, 2 more if you can. Breathing out, brush the ground, try not to have the hand off the floor. Breathing in, come back, and again breathing out, turn, and breathing in. Now, taking the hand all the way underneath this time, and now coming all the way down. Let your ear to the ground, and with your other hand, you can either reach it up, you can take it behind you and find the inner thigh, or you can leave the hand where it is. The other way. So again, bring the arm underneath you, let your ear down towards the ground. Decide where you want to put the other hand, okay? Personally, I just like to leave my elbow on the floor in front, okay? I just find that's quite nice. It's quite settling. And gently bring your body back on up and come around to seated for me. Okay, so we're going to work into your roll back here. So if you need to use a band or you prefer to use a cushion behind your back, get things into position for yourself now. I'm going to bring the body up nice and tall. Again, peel back the shoulders. Okay, take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull back through your tummy and start to gently curve your lumbar spine. We'll just go back to halfway there to begin. Breathing in and then breathing out to slowly bring the body up. lifting up nice and tall. Again, breathing in, the ribs widen. And then as you breathe out, navel back to the spine, curve your lumbar spine. Breathing in, and then breathing out, engaging with your core coming up. All right, now again, this position is very much, keep going, this is very much about how your back is. All right, how it's performing today. So today, it might be that you go only to halfway, and that is fine, okay? Deep breath in. If your back is behaving well, okay, maybe you can take it to an imprint. Maybe you touch down, maybe you just touch the shoulder blades down, breathing in, and then breathing out to slowly draw up. But if your feet come off the floor, if you've got any feeling that you want to throw yourself and lurch yourself off the ground, try not to go to that point. Breathing in, breathing out. We will build up everything again. We're going to do some amazing things in the next few months. All right, but today we may just need to listen to our bodies. We may just need to, again, work in a little bit of softness, a little bit of understanding. Alright, if you do want to try your hand on your shoulder today, you can pop it on, and then just gently rolling on back, breathing in and breathing out. So for some people, this is a really easy position, okay? And for those of us who find it hard, we hate the idea that somebody finds it really easy, alright? But everybody's bodies are so different. So like I say, it's just really important that you just work to what your body wants you to do. Okay, finish, and then we're going to come into your tricep work. Alright, for those of you who've been doing classes with me over the last couple of days, okay, good luck, because the triceps have really had quite a little bit of a hard work over the last 2 days, it seems. So opening up with your shoulders, offering your chest up towards the ceiling, and as we dip back, breathing in. As we push up, breathing out and pressing away from the ground. Alright, so again, dipping back, elbows go back, breathing in, and breathing out as we push up. And you know, if that's the best one, carry on. If you feel you could lift your body, even if it's just for a couple, engage the core first, and breathing out, lift, point your toes upon the floor, and breathing in as you lower back. And again, engaging your core, point your toes, breathe out, press to the ground, and breathing in to lower. But this position comes down to preference, the one that you feel that you can get something out of today, the one that doesn't irritate you, okay? So, you know, always I say to people, you know, if they find something challenging or irritating, maybe change it, change the dialogue, all right? Don't do it, do a different form. Okay, and that's fine. Breathing in. So if you're lifting, you're bracing the core before you lift. All right, the chances are you won't put it in or on halfway through. Okay, 2 more of whatever you're doing today. All right, let's just give the shoulders a little bit of a release and the triceps. Come round to your favourite seated position, and then let's just draw one hand back behind the head and give your elbow a little bit of encouragement downwards. Alright, now if that's enough, stay there. If it's easy enough to reach the fingers behind you, you could go for that version. Whichever one you're using though, try and lift the chin, try and bring that posture back in. And release. Okay, swapping it over, draw the other arm down, a little bit of encouragement and pressure. Alright, again, if it is getting easier, start to bring our arm a little bit further back behind the head. Okay, and then maybe we find the fingers and just keep encouraging it. And partly the reason maybe that the arm doesn't want to go is maybe you've got quite tight latissimus dorsi muscles, you know, just underneath the shoulder blade. That area that we were just working towards when we were working up into that thread the needle exercise. Right, that's why it's so important to really work around the body. You know, there's many different areas and different ways of working the body. All right, let's let it down. Give your shoulders a little shake off. Okay, now I'm going to bring you over onto your side from here. Okay, and today we're going to work into single leg raise. So we're really going to get some openness into the hips. Then we're going to keep the leg up and we're going to draw the bottom leg to it, you know, like a little crocodile, so we get to work the inner thigh muscles. So let's lengthen along the floor, point the toes, and if we could just stack up the hips a little, half clench the buttocks, okay, point the toes if you can. And just a quick one here, alignment. So this upper arm, it wants to be back in alignment with your ear. If it's hanging forwards, okay, that's probably due to what your posture is telling you this morning. Again though, if you've got any problems with the shoulder, place maybe your arm in front, but put a cushion underneath your head. Now with your legs, if you look down, flex your feet, and you should be able to see your toes. If you can't see your toes, your legs are too far back, okay? Point the toes and they just about disappear. And then from here, so you raise the top leg, breathing out, and then breathing into lower, all right? We do all sorts of things, you know, we find ways to make exercises easier, all right? And often that is at the detriment of your postural alignment. So it's always trying to spot and be aware of what your habits are. Now with this one, some people have a habit of wanting to turn their foot towards the ceiling. Now I know why that is. It's because when you turn the leg, your leg will go much higher, okay? But it's not going to help the range of motion and strength for the hip. So I need us to just turn that thigh round. Try and roll the hip and roll the thigh. Wrap that thigh around so that the foot faces the front. It may mean for a while that you don't go as high. That's okay, because you will. With time and practice, you'll strengthen that area and you will be able to make that leg go higher, if that's your goal, all right? But the fact is that we're working it, all right? So this might be enough anyway. Breathing out to lift, breathing into lower. All right, now next time I'm going to bring that leg up, not as high this time, because it's going to stay there. Then from there, breathing out, bring the bottom leg up, breathing into lower. All right, now engage the core, breathing out to lift, into lower. Breathing out, lift the leg, into lower. Breathe out, lift, into lower. And it's got to be the whole leg, not just the foot. All right, so bring that whole leg up, lower. Try and bring the knees together. Breathing out, pull up and lower. Again, you're going to be feeling this, yes, slightly into quadratus laborum, into your lower back region. And again, breathing out. That hip is working really hard. That lower back region is working really hard to hold that leg, upper leg still. Breathing out. It's okay, but if you don't like it, lower the legs down. Breathing out, lift and lower. 2 more. Press to lift, into lower. 1 more. And then lower both of your legs back down. All right, now soften the knees and just bring that top leg in. And then draw the knee back. All right, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just gently move into the quad stretch. Okay, deep breath in. Breathe out, gently move that leg back a little bit more. Alright, coming back up, we're going to start on that side bend today. So we're going to start off on the elbow and the knees. Alright, if you want to stay with this today, that would be cool. So as we lift, as always, we want to think about the arm coming up past your ear. If you can, reach for the ground, breathing out to lift, breathing into lower. But coming back to what we started with how we keep the shoulders away from the ears, so that when you reach over, you're not just crowding your ears with your shoulders up, All right, try and keep that distance. As if you've got a lovely long earring, you know, and you want to keep it away from the shoulder. Feel the waist underneath you, picking you up. Feel the core stabilizing your balance to come up. Those of you who want to go and punch your hand and your foot for a few, then again, take a moment, line the hand up through to the foot. Open up with the knees and the chest. As you connect the inner thighs, breathe out and reach and stretch out from your waist. And even if you only do one of these today, all right, one of these incredible positions, that's fine. And then go back down and maybe take a break. Breathing in as you lower. All right, we're not going to do too many. We're just touching a little bit on everything today. And lower, last one. All right, bring the body round to the other side. Keep your balance today. Let's take your body all the way out and along the floor. So again, feel that you're balancing on the narrowest part of the body. Wriggle your top arm back a little, if that's okay with your shoulder. Push down through with your toes. Maybe do that flex the feet, point the toes. All right, let the feet disappear from view. All right, and the reason I'm saying that is because some people have quite an exaggerated S shape to their back. All right, and if your go-to is to push your bottom out, because it makes it easier to balance, all right, maybe your legs are going too far back. That's why I'm saying a little tuck under with the tailbone, half clench your buttocks, and then you should be in the correct alignment. Shoulder drops down. Breathing out as you raise the leg up, and breathing into low. Now this is a pointed toe exercise, all right, we can't do that yet, don't worry, plenty of time to practice pointing your toes, okay? But again, the reason being is because we elongate the muscle usage of the whole of the leg when you point the toes. You start to build strength through the ankles, the tendons, the intricate muscles that we just rely upon all of the time. But by drawing direction into, again, this extension through the leg, we're able to generate a bit more power. And in the long term, we're able to keep moving forwards. Even if it feels like you're standing still, you are moving forwards, you're not going backwards. So thinking about, again, how you're using your body. Maybe it's a good time at this point now to say thank you to your body, all right, for getting you this far, okay? Again, as you take that leg away, breathing out, press, breathing in. And again, hip work. If your lower back starts to get a little bit stiff, maybe it's not the back, maybe it's the hips. All right, so just a little bit of this sort of work. We do loads of this in Pilates, as we do in yoga. Now, take that leg up, hold it up to halfway. Breathing out and lifting that bottom leg up, breathing into lower. That's it, you can take away your supporting hand. All right, maybe that makes you work a little harder through the core. Maybe you've got to rely on the balance a bit more. So as you lift, breathing out into lower. Try if you can to keep the toes pointed. Breathing into lower. As you lift, breathing out, pull up into lower. Again, engaging the core into lower. Two more. Breathing out, lift and lower. One more. And release it down. Soften at the knees. Okay, release your hips, release your back. Take a hold of that top leg. Tilt the pelvis forwards. Squeeze the backside tight. And take a breath in. And then breathe out and draw back a little bit more if you can. Shoulders, opening out side is trying to keep everything open. All right? Again, you may not get to the ground today. Okay, don't make it a have to. All right, but again, know why you can't get to the ground. All right, how is it in the lower back? All right, so maybe it's the lower back that's a little bit tight, that's not allowing you that bend. Coming up onto the hand and the foot, opening out with your knee and your chest. Then as we go up into the hand, we snap the inner thighs together and we're reaching over. And if you ever get a day where the legs don't quite want to meet, maybe you've drawn the legs too close, take the feet further away. All right, try not to send your hips backwards. Okay, try and tuck under. All right, so remember, that's why we're working into the side bend. All right, so as you lift, opening. If the hips are going backwards again, it could be that you've got your legs too close. All right, so it wants to be that it's a lovely elongated position, and the increment of bend will come in when you're stronger underneath the body and when you're stronger in the stretch and release and the strength of your underarm. All right, finishing off your last one. We're only doing a few. Okay, come back round to seated when you're ready and take your right foot towards the inside of your inner thigh. Let your knee draw open. If you're having a problem with the knee at the moment, maybe keep both legs straight. For those of you who've done a lot of this, okay, let me just explain how to make it a stronger stretch. So you go with your knee to go slightly backwards, and then you point your toes towards the leg. What that means then is you've got to really shift your position around so that you get a deeper stretch into quadratus laborum, all right? So for some of you might need that, all right? It may have become a less challenging stretch for a while, and if that's the case, that's what you need to do. You need to bring the knee further back, and you need to switch your body to come further across. Change it on over. So you may need to take that knee further back, then point your toes if you're doing this version today, and then as you come across, you've got a little bit deeper stretch coming in. You're going to get a stronger stretch into latissimus dorsi and all the way through this rib cage region. Now, as usual, at this point in the year, I always give you a little bit of a reprieve on the first week. All right, so you are going to do this in 2 sets of 50 today. In between today, I'm going to do the rocking of the knees from side to side. And then we'll come back in and we'll do the other half of the 100, okay? That should mean that you're able to keep the focus a little bit better today. All right, so if you're ready, we'll roll back nice and slowly, breathing out. And then bending up your knees, coming into neutral spine. Bring the legs towards the ceiling. All right, if you need to keep them down, of course, that's fine. Again, this is all about your preference. Coming up with head and shoulders, perhaps. Maybe extending the legs. Maybe patting the air by your side, rolling the shoulder blades away from your ears. Your neck is open. And you've got the distance of a fist between your chin and your chest. Breathing in for about 4. Breathing out for about 6. And we're going with 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 24, 25, 26, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 3, 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 3, 44, 45, 46, 7, 48, 49, 50. Bend your knees. Bring your legs back down and stay on your tiptoes. Take your arms out to the side. And as you breathe out, roll your knees gently to one side. Breathing in, bring them up. Breathing out, roll your knees to the other side. Bring them up. If you want to stay with this lower stage, you could. If you want to bring your feet up, knees in alignment with your hips, hips in alignment with your knees. And then breathing out to take the knees over. Alright? With this version, similar to how I'm teaching the heel dig at the moment, try not to have your knees further in. It makes it easier, okay? Try not to have your feet dangling down. Again, it makes it easier. Try and have your feet in alignment with your knees. Alright, and your knees stay together. Clamp them together. Breathing out, taking it over, breathing in. Alright, love this position. This is so good for your lower back. It's so good for your oblique muscles. And again, you want to keep the shoulder blades on the floor. And tonight, I've got a whole 30 minutes dedicated to twisting. Alright, so standing twists, seated twists. This is also a twist, okay? But really, again, thinking about how you're lengthening your spine. Alright, so if you can join me tonight at 6:45, 30 minutes. Okay, or you can pick this up later. Pick it up later on YouTube. Alright, finishing off that last one. And then we're going to come back up into the other half of your 100. Bring your head and shoulders up, neutral spine, chin away from your chest. Patting the air, breathing in. And as you breathe out, you're squeezing inside of your body. Maybe shut your eyes and focus. Focus harder on what you're looking to achieve. Breathing in, breathing out. With 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 23, 24, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 3, 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 3, 44, 45, 46, 7, 48, 49, and 50. Slowly lower it back down. Alright, feet back down to the ground. Gently roll yourself over to one side and come on up. Now I'm coming around onto hands and knees. Today we're going to finish off with glutes. Okay, so I'm going to be working with single leg extensions going away. I'm going to be working with the knee drawing open to the side. I'm going to do that little piece of work. So if you find at any point that being in your hands is a little bit too challenging, you can come down upon your belly and lift up alternating legs. Alright, it's always an option. But if you're okay with it, hands beneath your shoulders. Now as we extend one leg away from us, breathing out, point the toes, lift the leg. And then breathing in, draw the knee back in and change. Breathing out, extend the leg, point the toe, lift. And breathing in, draw back in and change. As you take the leg away, pull up through the belly. And try to keep the hips nice and stable. Try not to feel that one hip bone is coming up higher than the other. If we can, it's a pointed toe posture. So we point the toes and we lengthen. Again, for the same reasons, we want to keep that leg dynamic. So breathing out, pushing through the toes, breathing in. As I said earlier, when we're in our hands, try and soften a little through the elbows. Alright, so try not to push out too hard. Otherwise you're going to get really tired, you know? So try and soften a little bit. Remember, you've still got one knee on the floor. Not all of your body weight is in your hands. Breathing out, extend. Breathing in. Shoulders drawn back. Looking towards the top end of your mat. Alright, coming to the knee open to the side this time. We've got 4. Breathing out to lift. Breathing in to lower. Again, breathing out to lift. It may be harder to keep the hip balance. So try and keep the upper body stable and do your best. Alright, but we still want that range of motion. Breathing out, lift and lower. One more time. And lower. Now breathing out to straighten that leg. Keep on the same leg. Breathing in, touch behind. Breathing out, bring it to the middle. Breathing in, touch behind. Engage the core, bring it to the middle. Breathing in, touch behind. Breathing out, back to the middle. Breathing in, behind. Out, back to the middle. One more, breathing in. And out, breathe in, draw the knee in. Let's change legs. Breathing out, knee open to the side. Breathing in to lower. Breathing out, knee open. Breathing in, lower. Draw that quarter circle with the knee to the side. Into lower. One more. Alright, breathing in, straighten that leg, bring out. Now breathing in, take that knee, toe behind. Breathing out, bring the leg to the middle. Breathing in behind. Breathing out, back to the middle. Breathing in behind. Breathe out, back to the middle. One more time. And back to the middle. Breathe in, draw the knee in. And go for another set. If you can, opposite hand coming to the side this time. Breathing out to lift. Breathing in to lower. Breathing out, lift. Into lower. Breathing out, lift the knee. Into lower. Good. One more. Into lower. Breathing out to straighten. Breathing in, cross it back. Breathing out to the center. Breathe in, cross it back. Breathe out, back to the center. Breathe in, out to the center. One more time. And back to the center. Breathe in, draw the knee in. Change legs. Breathing out, knee open. Breathe into lower. Breathing out, knee open. Into lower. Good. Keep pointing the toes if you can. Breathing out, lift the knee. Into lower. One more time. Breathing out, lift. Into lower. Breathing out, straighten. Breathing in, cross it behind. Breathe out, bring it up. Breathing in behind. Breathe out, bring it up. Breathe in behind. Out, bring it up. One more time. In and out. All right, good job, everybody. Sit back and just take a hold of your wrists, okay? And then just give them a little bit of a roll around. Give a little wrists and the elbows and everything a little bit of a roll around. Then go around the other way. That's it. You may get a little bit of clicking and cracking. That's all okay. Good. All right, sit yourself around. And then taking your hands underneath, reaching around and taking a hold of your elbows, and then wriggle down into your lower back stretch. All right. If you can't reach your elbows, don't worry. Go for your wrists. Okay, that will be fine. But kind of, like I've said before on this one, not everybody feels this in the same way. I've had many conversations with people saying, what is that stretch? I don't get it, okay? All right, and what I do know is often when you initiate the core a bit more, you put your belly back and you kind of wriggle down to the place you've got to go, then you get the stretch. But like I say, not everybody gets it in the same place. Some people get it straight away, all right, so don't worry. It's in there, you've just got to find it. Now let's hold on by your fingers. And we've got this link, okay, this finger link, and then we're coming back. Now again, this is quite powerful with how you hold your hands. You know, we've got a very dominant way of holding, haven't we? So we're just going to swap it round, which makes such a difference. And then swap your hands over and do it again. Just keeping it as balanced as you can. Alright, coming all the way back up again. Find your favourite seated position. Maybe cross your legs the other way. Alright, sometimes if we've already been cross-legged, maybe swap it around the other way. Take your hands back behind you, clasping your fingers. So rolling open the shoulders, really nice tall spine, and then just drawing the chin down. So you're looking directly down through the centre of your body. And then just tucking your head across, so you're looking down in towards your hip socket. So really try and lift your chin, your chin comes up and over your collarbone. Because again, if you've done this stretch a lot with me, and I do put it in a lot in many of my classes, you've sometimes got to go a little bit further. And then the head drawing down. And going the other way, all right? So sort of be curious, okay? Kind of raise your eyebrows and look up and over you go. And then see if you can find a deeper stretch for the neck. And then back into the middle. Taking the head back up. Now, slowly take your head down to one side, but I want you to kind of lift your head up and then take it over. All right, so it's not enough really just to have the shoulders up. And then come up, the longest neck, and then taking the head out from the shoulders. Coming back on up. All right, let's let the arms come forwards. Find that stretch between your shoulder blades. Reach forwards as if you're trying to reach me, okay? Really reach. And then stretch all the way up. Use your abdominals to bring you up. Breathe out. Open it back. And again, reach forwards. Come on, really stretch, really stretch. Breathing in, use your abdominals, pull up underneath your ribs. Breathe out, all the way back. One more, okay? Because this makes the difference how you do it. Okay, it's not necessarily what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. Breathing in, breathing out. Shrugging off. Job done. Well done, everybody. Good job. Drink lots of water, you know the score, okay? And let me know.